Hello everybody, Mason here, Cardinal Gaming. Appreciate you clicking on the video, supporting the channel, supporting the store. You guys always do, and I appreciate you for that. We're going to talk about the update of things on Paldean Fates, take a look and see how I think the set's going to do, overall, my thoughts on it, and allocation numbers, and what we can expect coming in the, it's 2-3 weeks from now. Man, we are just already zooming through the year, already a week in to January. Yeah, jeez. But yeah, let's go through, see what we got going on, and kind of give you my thoughts and things of what we have coming down the pipes. Just real quick, we'll flip through and we'll do the just set in general, and just flip through the set and see what we got going on. If you don't know, this is Justin Basil, justinbasil.com. Has all the visual set lists and all the predictions for things that are coming down the pipes, and it has a nice little compacted form like this. Awesome website to see what's coming down the pipes and the new sets. So recommend them very much. So very quickly, let's blaze through this. Not a whole lot through the standard set here, just stuff that we really maybe just didn't get in other sets, or in stuff that maybe are reprints, or maybe redesigns or promos that were in Japan and we never got over here in the States. So that's what we're looking at on a lot of these guys here. Yeah, not a whole lot of like standard set cards. Of course, the gang's all here on these new trainers. A lot of Paldean guys and a Paldean base stuff, obviously, in a set called Paldean Fates. Yeah, we're going to see a lot of that, right? And then we have all these, the kind of like the main attraction here, the bulk of the bulk is a bad way to say it when you're talking about cards. The meat and the potatoes of the set is the baby shinies. So a lot of these are obviously reprints of cards that already exist in shiny form. So if you want to put these in your decks and make pretty versions, or fill up a binder and just have a whole lot of these Pokemon in shiny versions, this is what you want to do. This is what you want. This is the set for you, and this is the chase that you're going after. A lot of cool cards, beautiful cards. Really loved the design of these baby shinies. A lot more animated, a lot more movement, a lot more action poses and things. Even though I do have like that kind of like generic background, I like it a lot. And I think in person, it really hits, really slaps, really makes it the circle effects on these guys really accentuates the shininess and makes them look special when you go to play them, or when you pull them out of a pack. It's really gonna look cool. And a different version, or a variant of the stuff that's from Japan, they have silver borders like we see here. In English, we're going to have shiny borders like regular hollows would have in our sets. So that's exciting, something that we have different from Japan. That's, a lot of people are saying, is an upgrade. We'll see. The edges on those hollows are always not great, so again, we'll see how they look on this and in this set. But yeah, a lot of good cards in here. Playable things like this Halucha here. This is the highest variant version of this. The things like a shiny Scizor. Of course, it has an art rare, and that's really, we could start like with the set and try to critique it and try to talk about the nuances of it right now. And talking about all these shinies are great, and people love shinies and they love to collect them and they think they're cool. The problem with this, though, is that a lot of these cards have art rares, or even some SIRs. If for a lot of these Pokemon, they already have art rares, so it's kind of a downgrade to put a shiny. At least to me, this may not be for everybody, but to me, I'd rather have an art rare than a shiny version of the card for me in a deck. So this really becomes a set that's kind of a lot just for collectors, and a lot of people just wanting to like fill up a binder and collect the shinies in the set. Like the Spax Caliber line, very popular in the Chen Pao and Water decks, but there's an art rare version of them, a very good art rare version of them, of all three of those. So those won't really see play in any sort of decks. The Charmander, Charmeleon have a great lineup here, but of course we have the Charmander from the Obsidian Flames ETB that has its own thing. This is probably the best version of the Charmeleon, unless you want to play the 151 one, which maybe most people do. I don't remember if it's different from this one or not. I think there are two different versions. I don't remember which is which, but There's a shiny of this one that does has a 90 HP and does 50 with an ability. I don't remember what the difference is, but it might see some play. But other than that, for all these shinies, they're really just kind of just little cutie boys. There's 2 cards for you to collect and kind of just go after. The Abra and Kadabra are cool. Those are shinies that we don't have better versions of. Of course, Alakazam has variants as well. The Mimikyu and the Klefki and the Spiritomb both have, these are all upgrades to those arts. But other than that, I already said the Hulucha. That is really all we got cooking as far as like baby shine. Oh, the Snorlax, but I don't think that's the block Snorlax. I think that's the other one. So that's not a playable one. Could be potentially, but I don't know. Let's go to the full arts and talk about these guys. The Mew EX, of course, we have the promo from the 151 ETB or the UPC. That is definitely an upgrade, at least in my opinion, to this this Mew. The Gardevoir EX also has an art rare in Scarlet and Violet base. Squawkabilly has an art rare, I think in Paldea Evolved, I think is what that's in. Pidgeot also has an art rare. All the good cards that are good and playable, they all have art rares already. So these are just going to be strictly, things to be in a binder. And, unless you want to go out and kind of pursue shinies and you enjoy the shiny versions of things, it's just kind of you think of it like Hidden Fates, and these sets don't have the same hit that those would because it's not new anymore. We've gone past the point of shinies being cool and like the new hot thing and the highest rarity. We have so many cool art rares now that it really does feel like there's just the uppermost echelon of things is kind of dulled because we have art rares and beautiful card arts in other sets now. So it's kind of a bummer to see that, and then have these be your full art shinies, and then when you go down to like the full arts and the SIRs, it's just a lacking lineup really. Just not a lot to play with and go off of. When we look at these, the full art supporters, Judge is a good playable card. This is the first time we've seen. I think this is what Students of Galar, I think is what it is. Paldea. What am I doing? It's Galar. Jeez. Paldea. Students of Paldea. Of course, you have the purple and the scarlet and the violet version. So, and then Clive is a new card. Nemona is getting a full art for the first time. And then the Mew EX, Gardevoir, and Charizard is the SIRs. Awesome cards. Every single one of them. Beautiful. Upgrades. Yeah. Each one of those is an upgrade. It could be argued that Mew EX is an upgrade from the UPC promo again, but it's a matter of preference up to that point. And then the SIR are the trainers. We're looking at another Arven, and then Iono here, and Penny. Penny's, all 3 of those are going to be pretty popular from this set. And cool designs, new designs, looks good. Not a whole lot to hate about that. Just of everything else, there's just not a whole lot of to speak about. And these gold cards are the most interesting and the most confusing ones of them all to just look at and see, okay, what are we doing? What is the thoughts behind this? Again, each and every single one of these cards already have a art rare, a more beautiful version, great looking art. What is this? What is the allure or the thought behind making these and thinking this is going to be some sort of fanciful chase card? I could be wrong. I have not seen them in person, but if the Japanese prices are any indication, these did not fare very well. Again, especially when every single one of these has a awesome art rare already. It's just odd choices, really odd choices to make just gold cards and add fluff to the set. And then we do have these down here that are going to be in tins and promos. These starters all have boxes that they're going to come in, and you get the whole line. These Fido and these 3 doggos are all going to be in a sticker set with 3-pack blisters, and then Iron Treads, Great Tusk, and Charizard are going to be in tins. And the only tin that's going to sell is the Charizard one because nobody wants the other stuff. So that is the breakdown of the products. Now, what do the numbers look like? It looks like, barring very few things, I got mostly all of what I was looking for and what I asked for. So that, it's not concerning. I'm not concerned about it because I did order exactly as I wanted to get, right? But I think a lot of people are going to be in a situation where they thought, this is going to be another like Crown Zenith or maybe another situation, and these shiny sets are just not. They're not made to be in that type of slot in a yearly or a block cycle. Very clearly now, these shining sets are supposed to be kind of just reprints, updates of certain cards, kind of, whereas Crown Zenith is more like a celebration of like the end of a set. This set is kind of like, it's in the middle and kind of like the starting, so it's kind of like it's almost like a kickoff kind of thing where we kind of get going and say, yes, this is the cool stuff from the first year of Scarlet and Violet, which is basically what this really is. It's not a finale, it's kind of like a beginning kind of thing. So that's where a lot of this stuff, and where I sit on a lot of this stuff, is that the logic behind of people when they think about this stuff is different, and it needs to change, because you thinking that this is supposed to be Crown Zenith with baby shinies in it, it's not quite that way. So that's one thing that, perception wise, I think people are going to really have to learn and get used to, is that these are not going to be instantly super stonky, everybody buys them up, and there's a lot of chase. There is some chase stuff here. They got Charizard, Gardevoir, the Mew. Those are all good, very good cards in the set. But this is regular pack pricing. Crown Zenith, a set like that, has premium pack pricing. All this stuff is going to be pretty common and regularly priced. The thing that is special about it is that because it is specially set, they do have the different waves of the products that they come in. ETBs and the sticker sets, the 3-pack sticker sets, are the first things that drop. And those, right off the gate, they're probably going to see a little uptick and get kind of expensive, because that's all we're going to have for a little bit. For the next 3 weeks, and then we start getting the other products, and then kind of get rolling with the rest of the stuff. So, ETBs are down in price now, but remember, you do have that really sweet Mimikyu promo in that. A beautiful looking ETB. I think probably one of the best looking ETBs that we've ever had. Maybe outside of like the Lost Origins ETB. But it's the Mimikyu, and the box art is really, really awesome. And I like it a lot. So, that's, as far as like releasing goes, it's going to be plentiful. Everybody should have gotten what they asked for, at least very, very close. And even things like the later stuff, the bundles with 6-packs in them, that's actually one of the stuff that is at the very end, the last couple waves of products. And I'm getting a healthy number of those. I've gotten more bundles for this set than I have of probably any of the past sets, like 3 times over. So, bundles looks like they're going to be out there and popular. It's just going to take us a little while to get them in stock, and until we get that part of the waves where they are plentiful and get out there. So, patience might be the virtue on this one if you want to wait and pick up just straight packs, no other fluff, don't care, just want to rip. Bundles are always going to be the way to go because they have nothing else with them, and you're only really just paying for those products, right? So, let me see what else I got in this note. Yeah, and then I was talking about it a little bit earlier, but the thing that really sticks out to me and really kind of holds us setback, and I don't know if it was intentional, I don't know if it's to force us into liking the set, but it really does feel like that Pokemon called this Paldean Fates. I talked about this a little bit earlier in another video, but it's called Paldean Fates. So all these cards are reprinted, that are reprints, are not from any other sets other than the Scarlet and Violet block. So, of course, we have, 151 and all these stuff that are in other block, or in, not from Paldea, right? This is not a Paldean Pokemon. The Mew is not a Paldean Pokemon. But it's from 151 that's in the set. I would have really liked to have seen other cards that are being played, very meta-stapled cards, gotten a shiny, and a shiny version, and cool-looking cards. I think the last example that I used is the Cramorant. A Cramorant that is used in the Lost Tina decks and Lost Box decks. There's only one version of that Cramorant. And you can have a reverse, and you can have a regular non-hollow version of it. No other premium version of that card exists. This would have been a perfect time to make a shiny Cramorant and have it be the max rarity, and that would be a, probably $5 to $7 card in this set. But because they called it Paldean Fates, and it's from Lost Origins, it's not in the set. So, I don't know if that's just Pokemon's way of just being like, yes, Scarlet Sword and Shield is done. We are here now. Everything else that exists back there, it's all there is. We're leaving it behind. We gotta go. We got milk in the car. The kids, the dog is, I cracked the window, but I gotta go. I don't know if that's what the thought is, but it very clearly is sending a message like, Paldea only, let's focus on this, and that's what people are going to be, better be expecting. So, that's the only little thing that maybe would have helped out the set a lot. Maybe a lot, right? Would have been nice to have seen some other things and able to be reprints of just common stapley stuff. Wouldn't have been a huge deal. Throw a couple more baby shinies in here from other sets of playable cards from other sets. But going forward, after rotation, we lose a lot more of those things. And then we kind of just inch back closer so that when this rotates, not this year, but the next year after that, all these cards from this set look pretty good and are going to be nice, shiny versions of things that maybe will be played later on, but just not played now. So that is the breakdown from this set, guys. It's a weird set, but once you understand what the point of it is, it becomes a lot more clear and it makes a lot more sense of why the set is constructed the way it is. Again, I have my doubts and I have my questions of why they did things the way that they did, but once you think about it, and you reference it in like a 2-year span of existence, it makes a lot more sense, and it makes sense that the stuff is not just a crazy like Crown Zenith type of set. So hopefully that makes sense to you all. Let me know if you guys down below what you guys think of the set. I think it's gonna be a fun set. I think people are gonna be wanting to collect binder sets of it. We'll see what happens as far as like card pricing goes. If Japan is any indication, it's going to be not a very stonky set, but plenty of stuff to like, plenty of things to collect, and for kids and things like that. Being able to pull a bunch of baby shinies, I would hope that 1 out of 3 packs will probably have a baby shiny in it. So that's always good to see, and it's fun to as a little reward and kind of like a not so feels bad situation when you get to just have a bunch of cool baby shinies and other stuff among the regular rarity hits. So let me know, guys, what you guys think of the set. What's the final verdict at 3 weeks away from release? So hopefully this helped you make some decisions, clear things up. And of course, if you have any other questions, put it down in the comments. I'll see you guys there. Okay, appreciate y'all.